Good morning, evening, afternoon. Today we're going to be talking about YOOPknows templates again, and we're going to have a quick look at the template scenario. But really what I'm going to do is talk initially about why we have a template. So originally, when I was running a practice and such, we'd create a job. We'd do a fee agreement for that job. It'd be a scope of works, etc. Me and the client will know what we're doing for that fee agreement, etc. But maybe the rest of the people in the office wouldn't know what was happening on that job. It wouldn't be formalized. We'd set it up in a job structure, etc. But people in the office wouldn't know exactly what we're doing, and importantly, what we're not doing on that project. So that's the kind of problem that you always have in an office, is every job kind of seems the same, but it's not. So what we did was, when we created YOOPknows, we have these templates where you can set up each distinct niche that you have in your office, so that if you're doing GP surgeries, you can have a template that outlines exactly the delivery of a GP surgery. If you're doing new build homes, that is going to be really different from a GP surgery. So you can have a template that outlines exactly the process for maybe the planning of and delivery of a new build home, for example. So whatever your niche, you can create a template that essentially has all the phases and tasks associated with that kind of niche and that kind of project. And then when you set that up, you've done the fee agreement, you know what's in, what's not. You can edit your template and customize it for that project really easily by deleting bits that you're not going to use. And then the whole team knows exactly what you're doing on that actual project. So we're going to have a quick look now at, so if I'm on, as always, Super Good Architecture. It's my dummy company. It's only got 4 jobs, etc. But it's simplified down to show you these kind of things. So if I go to templates, this is the residential template. So this is the business to consumer template, and this is why we have very friendly kind of language like onboarding, measured survey, design development, very easy for a consumer to understand. And we can see here, this is the phase, and these are the tasks. Okay, we covered that in yesterday's video, so go back onto the YouTube channel and you can excuse me, you can we reviewed this kind of template in detail. So what I said I was going to do today is to show you how to edit a template. So I've got another template here, project template 1. And if I go into here, you'll see it's called project template 1, whatever that is. And it's only got one phase and it's only got one task, and they're very generic. So all you do is phase 1 and call it, well, normally I call it onboarding, but let's just call it brief, if I spell that right. Brief. And task 1 is define brief. Okay, and then you can hit save, and that's updated. So if I go back to the project template and I go to phases, you can see that it's called project and it's called phase 1 brief, and it's got define brief. If I want to add the next task, I just hit add task, and then I can change task 2 to define brief. It could be set up job folder, however you do that in your practice, whether you've got a cloud server or you've got an on-site server, etc. But you set up your folder structure, etc. So you can update that. I always update often and regularly. So those are tasks associated with this phase. If we want a second phase, we got phase 2, and we can call this one, what should we call it? Let's go design development. I'm kind of making these up because I want it to be different from the others, and you can even put a description. This is where the fun starts exploring the options. So we can update that, boom, and then we can add tasks associated. So it could be design option 1, and we can add another task, and it could be, because we like the options, it could be design option 2. I'm always a big fan of options because if you don't do the options, then you'll end up just doing all the changes afterwards. So you might as well do, well, I always think 2 or 3 options on any scheme kind of scenario at a high level, because then it's interesting to look at even for the design team. Cool. So I did hit update on that, I'm pretty sure. Let's just hit update again. There we go. So if I go back out and go back in again, phases, there's my phase 1, phase 2. Okay, so if I go then back into my dashboard, super good architecture, I've got 4 projects. You can see that we've got 2 templates here. Currently we're on the residential template. If I flip it to the other one, they disappear because I haven't got any projects associated with that template that I've just made. So what I'm going to do is do a new project and call it what we call it, let's call it Abbott's Road, and I'm going to pick me as the client because I've got a client, already got me as a client, but I could add new clients in there. And then what I want to do is select the new template. We need a week, we need that, and it could be 6 new houses in the green belt. How about that? And then hit update. Oh, got to put the start date in. There we go. So you can see Abbott's Road just been created there. So if I refresh and I go to the Kanban board and I go to project template 1, you can see that now it's popping up there. So imagine that this was new build houses. This is that template, and if you've got individual residential houses, it could be these ones, or going back to the GP surgery versus new build residential, you can just flip between these 2 templates. Okay, so that is how you edit a template. It's super easy. There's even a function, if I go back to the templates, there's well, I'll go back to the dashboard and I'll go to Abbott's Road. There's even a function which allows to sync the project structure with the template structure. So I've switched that on in the project. If I was to go back and add another phase or task to that template, Abbott's Road would receive that update. So imagine you've put in 20 projects, 30 projects associated with a template, and then go, oh, I just want to squeeze in another task. I want to squeeze in another phase because we forgot it. You can now go to your principal template and it will push those changes to all of the projects associated. So that's a really good handy thing. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go out of there. I'm going to jump into Virgin templates. So when you subscribe to YOOPknows, we've got a whole bunch of different templates. The template that you were just looking at was this template here, residential template 1. It's the business to consumer, so a homeowner. So they're either getting a new build house, they're getting a renovation, they're getting modifications to their home, that kind of thing. But essentially it's you to a consumer. We've got a RIBA template and we've got a residential template 2, which is also a RIBA template. These are much more on nose kind of RIBA template. So I'm going to have a quick look at the RIBA template now. Okay, so straight away, anyone using the RIBA work stages will recognize this. It's stage 0, strategic definition, preparation and brief, concept design, develop design, technical design, construction, handover, closeout, in use. Okay, so 7 stages. So if I click into strategic definition, it's then got the tasks associated with that stage. So 0, 1 inquiry, respond to the initial inquiry, capture outlier requirements, site and client information, and arrange site visit meeting. So it's all kind of very, very on the nose what the RIBA work stages are. So that is really, really good starting point for commercial clients or architectural businesses that are doing business to business, and that's they might be dealing with QS, they might be dealing with a good developer organization that understand the RIBA work stages, and that's what they do their appointments on, etc. So you can then carry that all the way through your business, where the whole team knows exactly what's happening, because you might find that you might do strategic definition, preparation and brief, concept design, design development, but you might not do 4, 5, 6, and 7 because you're just doing a planning type scenario. And then once you get planning, you might actually do a new job, and it might not have 0, 1, 2, 3. It might have more like 3.5, 4. Well, it might have 4, 5, 6, and 7 because you're doing delivery. So that kind of thing. Let's just have a quick look at technical design. Appointment review, point, agree, new file, new appointment if necessary, include a RIBA small project schedule, discuss funding method, funding and insurance requirements. So you can see that it's already baked in that actually there might be a new fee proposal, and you can see within 4, it just goes on and on and on and on. There's a lot of tasks in there. So lots of CDM, all those kind of things, tender process. So this is one of my, in YOOPknows, it's more useful to break up the phases, because I always think that a lot of jobs you could literally do between 3.5 and 4.5. It's amazing. So in terms of phases, it doesn't really move through a process. It's more really moving through tasks. So let me jump to residential template 2. Equally, this could be a commercial template. So okay, so the first thing you can see is there's a lot more phases. We've got 7 phases, but we've still got the RIBA work stages. So we've still got strategic definition, preparation and brief, concept design, etc. But what we've done is broken it up so that in terms of a process, there's more phases to move through. So then when we're looking at the job board, you can see where all of the projects are actually sitting at what stage. So now you can kind of look at stage 3 in the RIBA work stages. Instead of like one phase or one stage, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And similarly in phase 4, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that really breaks it up. So if we look at it, I don't know, 3.2, you can see within 3.2, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tasks, 9 tasks, 10, 11 tasks. So what this allows is everyone in the practice to know exactly what's next. So imagine you've got a cracking part 2, they really know what they're doing, but now they've got a list and they know exactly what we're doing on a project and where we're up to. It's because, for example, remember that when we set up the job, if we're not doing stage 4, etc., we can delete those when we do the job setup. So hopefully that's really, really useful for understanding. I'm going to go back to super good architecture. I'm going to go back to super good architecture. There we go. So hopefully that really explains the board here, where we've got 5 projects in here now. We've got 4 projects on residential template 1, and we've got 1 project on project template 1. So you can completely customize. The genius of YOOPknows is you get to customize your template for your niches and your process in your architectural business. But we do bundle a number of templates for you to either write your own or edit from something, because sometimes it's easy editing. So again, as always, if you've got any questions about templates and YOOPknows, do drop me a line on believe@yoopknows.io. That's believe@yoopknows.io. Always happy to answer any questions. So thanks very much.